What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? I hope this message reaches you in good energy. I hope you and your loved ones are in good health. So today I wanted to talk about making decisions and the process that goes into that and how we can make making decisions easier for us, right? So let's get into it. Quote of the day. It's not hard to make decisions when you know what your values are. Roy Disney. Song of the day. Qotd by Sleep Token. So this comes about quite often. You hear about it quite often. There's even quite a few different analogies that are put forth with it, right? You hear, I'm between a rock and a hard place. I've come to a fork in the road. My back's against these type of things, right? Because typically meaning I have to go left or I have to go right. I have to choose A or I have to choose B. I have to choose number one or I have to choose number two. And it's a difficult choice oftentimes because people don't know what their values are. You're having a difficult choice right now, choosing if you should walk away from this person or if you should stay with this person because you haven't clearly outlined your values. You're having a difficult time choosing on whether or not you should stay at this job or leave this job because you haven't clearly outlined your values. You're having a difficult time deciding whether or not you should go forth with this goal that you've wanted, or if you should change the things that you want to achieve in your life because you haven't clearly outlined your values. So I'm going to explain that. When we know what we value, when we know what we won't compromise, when we know what is not a negotiable factor in our life, those decisions only become hard when you have two decisions that respect both of your values. And then it's not really a hard decision, it's just a difficult decision. You actually become joy behind it because you're like, man, I have two really good decisions in front of me and I have to decide on one. And that's when you get that's those are the good moments in life. But the hard decisions come when you haven't clearly defined your values or you're not willing to clearly stick to the values that you know that you've clearly outlined. If respect is big on your values, if you have a job that does not respect you, then that's not a difficult decision. If respect is big on your values, if this is your number one values and you're dealing with a person that does not respect you, then it's not a difficult decision on whether or not you should continue to involve yourself with them. If respect is big on your values and you're going after a goal that doesn't seem to respect you, the path, the arbitration that you have to go through to get this goal is being disrespectful, it's a disrespect, then it's not hard for you to make that decision that, you know what, this isn't a goal that I should continue to pursue. You hear it all the time, often. People take jobs with lesser pay so they can spend more time around their family because that is one of their values. You hear it all the time. I had to leave this person alone because this person didn't respect me, wasn't spending enough time with me. That was one of my values, is respect. So the goal, the message of today is to know what your values are and to reinforce that your values are legit. You're going to have people out there who are going to tell you that you don't deserve this. You are conceited. You are a narcissist. You are thinking too highly of yourself. At the end of the day, you're the one who has to define your values. We're talking about you right now. We're not talking about your job. We're not talking about your significant other. We're not talking about your kids. We're not talking about your neighbors. We're talking about you. What do you value? Is it respect? Is it love? Is it kindness? Is it money? Is it time? Is it communication? What are your values? Once you have your values clearly defined, decision making becomes very, very, very easy. especially, and I'm going to hit home really hard on this, especially when it comes to people. If you know what your values are, if you know what's uncompromisable, non-negotiable in your life, then letting people go becomes very easy because you know how you will not be treated and you know how you are worthy to be treated. More importantly, you know how you will treat someone else and you know how you want them to treat you. So, guys, this is your confirmation, affirmation, your message of the day to say if you have clearly defined your values and you have a job, a person, or a situation that doesn't respect those values, I want you to know the universe has something out there, has a place out there, has a person out there who sees your values, who knows your values, and has no problem with your values. I've told people this countless times. They're hung up on a particular person, they're hung up on a particular situation, and I let them know that that person, I understand that you have time in, I understand you have feelings attached, but they don't respect your values. They don't respect how you want to be treated. And that's not the big problem. It's not the problem that you're going to find people who don't respect your values. It's not the problem that you're going to find jobs that don't respect your value. That's fine. The problem is you don't realize there's people out there who do, who are waiting for you, who are worthy and ready and willing to do exactly what you need to be a part of your life in a productive and positive and loving way. Same thing with jobs. Now, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to fall out of the sky. You do have to do the research. You do have to go looking. You do have to do your part. But I guarantee you, if you look long enough, if you look hard enough, if you're willing to do the work, you will find what you're looking for in a person, a place, and a situation. You just have to decide, and this is the most difficult part for a lot of people, what are my values? What are the situations and the things in my life that are uncompromising? What are the non-negotiable factors? Honestly, your employers will respect you more if you have non-negotiable factors than if you don't. I'm willing to do a lot of things, just about anything, up to a certain degree, but respect is not going to be negotiable in my book. All right, guys. I hope that helps someone out there. And I want to thank you all for listening to this message. Please, please, please be kind to one another. Keep me in your prayers. I'll forever keep you in mind. Endure, believe, rise.